Hi, yes.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, hi.
Sorry, Mark could not make it today. He was called away for a project.
Okay, I'm a little bit surprised when I came through the door, and I was like, that doesn't look like a Mark. So.
Yeah, no, clearly.
I want a copy of my resume just in case you didn't have a copy.
Thank you. I do. You can go ahead and keep this for your records.
Thank you very much.
know.
A little nervous, sorry about that.
No, it's quite all right. It's quite all right. How was the drive? You good here?
Well, it's like typical Houston traffic, you know, it's one way or the other, so.
Yeah, I have to leave an hour to get here.
Well, Mark did give great directions in getting to your building, you know, when I come to your campus and I start driving around looking, I thought, oh, wow, what am I doing? So, yeah, it was easy to get
Sorry about
in.
the elevator being broken too. It is a little bit of a walk up here. All right, well, let's get started. I've looked over your resume. It seems that you're pretty qualified for a management position. You don't have any experience, I've noticed, in our actual field, though. So I'm just going to ask you a few simple questions, and you just answer them to the best of your ability, okay? What would you say your strengths and weaknesses are within this field?
My strength would probably be what I'm complimented on the most would be organization and recognizing others' ability. So when I set up a project, because I do know the staff that I'm working with, and if working with you, I would surely get to know the staff that I work with. I know where they're good at. I know who works well together. It's just something that comes natural to me. Organization is a key for me. I want to be able to go to any point at any project or anything I'm working on and be able to say, here it is. It also can be my weakness. Where I'm so analytical about how everything is placed, this has to be on the right corner. But if you call me at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, we're looking for a certain report, I can tell you it's the second report off from the right on my desk. So my weaknesses can also be strengths. My strengths can also be weaknesses, depending on who you're working with. So some people can say, really, does he have to go over it 2 or 3 times? Well, if it's a program I'm going to go back and look at, I don't have to go back and look at it because I've already gone over it 2 or 3 times. Yes, it is correct. I can vouch, you know, what I'm working on is correct, just for that particular reason.
Well, in our company, organization is key. You may be working on several projects at once, and keeping it all organized is very good, especially if we need to contact you about it. So that's very, very good to know. Let's see. What are some of your long-term and short-term goals within our company?
Well, I already have a career that I've fulfilled in what I wanted to do. I'm looking for something new. You know, I'm not the traditional student that goes out, graduates, and I'm sure you don't see one that's almost 40 years old coming out that's a new graduate. So bringing that to the table, I bring a whole lot more experience. So even though I may be limited in programming, I've taken classes in basic, Java, C++, and then Fortran I taught myself. Cobalt I taught myself. So I have a lot more knowledge than what a piece of paper tells me. And you know, I'm willing to go that extra mile to learn what I don't know.
That's very nice. You wouldn't believe how many people walk in here in jeans. It's very, very refreshing. Okay, so with that being said, do you think you'd be able to manage larger projects or multiple projects at once?
Yes, that's not a problem. It is a concern of mine because I do have limited knowledge. And you are always going to work with those individuals that say, you know what, I've been doing this for 15 years. Why is he coming in and hasn't been working with code for even 1 year? I have to be able to have that ability to come out and say, you know, this is why, and actually bring them up here, even with me. So they think that we're working together because we are. I'm only as good as they are. So.
Okay, well, let's see, what do you have a specific area within the engineering department that you would like to focus on?
Well, I have a couple of friends that actually work for your company, and you are just starting a new robotics division. I know it's not out in the market that you guys are actually doing this or putting this together, but after the riser leak out in the Gulf, it's a little something you guys started to get into, and along with other companies, the new robotics industry. And it's something I'd really like to get into as far as writing the code and getting into that particular aspect. I know it's very definite. I'm sure the competition is really tough, but I believe that I bring enough to the table where whoever you hire, I want to be a little bit better than them.
That's It's always a good thing. Alrighty, we do, as you know, have a lot of international clients. If you were given an international project, for example, how would you prepare for it?
Well, my first preparation would be to get to know the culture. I think little small niceties go a long way. I wouldn't want to get over there and do something that we do here in America. And I don't have an example to show you, but you know, you're always seeing something on the news where, you know, the president did the okay sign and that wasn't so acceptable. But it's those little things that you really need to learn before you even start learning the dynamics of the project. Learn where you're going, learn what you got to do. In your mission statement, you talk about you want to be first in projects, first in engineering. Well, the way you become first is you get that guy that thinks out of the box. He doesn't just think about the project; he thinks about how that whole project is going to affect everything. So that's what I think. You know, it would be my first aspect as going to do something international.
Okay. Well, looking at your resume, you do have a lot of experience in management, like I said. That's really the end of my questions. Do you have any for me?
Yes, I guess I have a couple. My first question is, I'm always going to school or I'm learning something. Right now I'm trying to teach myself to play guitar, but I also take lessons. I'm also learning Tagalog. So I want to go to the Philippines. So yeah, I need to learn the basics, at least how to get, you know, a towel at a hotel and a beer at a restaurant. So then I'm covered. So I do plan on going back and getting my master's, just because I like going to school so much. I want to know how soon I would actually, if I'm hired, how soon do you normally start sending your new employees out to travel?
Well, we are aggressively hiring right now. You will probably get a second interview if we pass this point. Within the next couple days, you'll get a call, and Mark will talk to you more about the job. As far as traveling, you may be required to travel right away or within 6 months. Do you think you'd be able to do that?
I'd make that happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
It depends on how bad you want something, whether you make it happen or not.
Very true, very true. You said you were working on your master's, so you know about when you want
I'd like to start working, and I've just graduated, so, you know, I do want to take, you know, about at least a semester off or something and get a job before I get further into it. So. Other question, I guess, would be your projects. My largest project was probably 20 individuals. And I know that your projects have hundreds, but within the division in which I'm working, which I'd like to be working, with robotics within your control design systems, how large a project how many individuals would I be maybe managing or working with?
Within the project, it varies. Typically, it's anywhere from 25 to 50 people at a time. It's not too incredibly big. Like you said, we just barely tapped into these projects, so we're not going to start off with anything huge. We're still researching it ourselves. So, do you have any more?
I think that pretty much covers everything. That, you know, I just wanted to come in here and thank you for taking the time to even talk with me. So, you know, an interview is always a value.
Okay, well, I'm going to pass this information on to Mark, and he should give you a call within the next couple of days.
Thank you. So I look forward to it.
Thank you.
Good day.